Hello again, YouTube. This is Eddie's YouTube channel, and I also just made another video today, which that one is a great video. That is an excellent video. You guys should absolutely check it out. And this one is going to be another banger for you, as this fragrance is just an OG. It's a banger. It's a classic. It's a stud. This is something, and my 10% notification, and again with the notification, it just went off. This is something that Tony Soprano would wear. This is something that an alpha man would wear. This is very polarizing, and you either are this scent or you aren't this scent. You are either one or the other, and it is meant for, like, this is who I am, like, fuck it, and fuck you if you don't like it. That is literally the entire purpose of this whole thing, of this whole fragrance. It is classic. I have found that older women love this. And I've also found that the women, the women who are kind of like my age, I'm gonna break some down for you. This is at least a trend that I have noticed. And yes, I have a McDonald's cup here. The McDonald's Coke is fantastic. Scientifically, they've proven that it tastes better. It tastes better. Their filtration systems are on point. Anyway, here's what I have noticed with some of the age dynamics. Younger women tend to like a way more dominant man. Like way more dominant, especially in bed. That's just something that I've found. A lot of, like women my age, like 18 to like my age, love to be like submitted, and they love to play the submissive role. That's what I found. And they love, I'm talking like a 50 Shades of Grey type of dude. They're looking for that kind of motherfucker. That's something that I've noticed. So you gotta lay that shit down. Now here's something that I've noticed with older women. This is something that I've noticed. Older women, you have to be a lot more honest, but you have to be a lot more charming. So it's like you have to be dominant, but in like a charming way. Because here's the thing. I sound like a dating expert right now, which I actually do have a special birthday gift and someone coming over. So, yes. So, with older women, you have to be dominant in a charming way. Because I'm going to tell you something. All women love a dominant man. All women love an alpha man. I mean, it's just true. So, and I wouldn't say be an asshole, but don't be too nice either. The key is you have to be a master adjuster. So you have to know when to play the occasion. And you have to know just when to do certain things. So you got to play a lot of different cards, right? So then you at first you want to play, I wouldn't say the nice guy, but the very charming guy. And then when the moment's right, boom, that's when you show the alpha, like the real alpha side. But then you cut back, then you let them think a little bit, right? And so with all of that being said, I've noticed that older women tend to like that more. And so, and all women, I mean, they like a dominant man. And this is how I view it. I think, by putting some clothes in there. But if a woman wears a pants in the relationship, more than likely, they're going to cheat. Because slowly over time, they will begin to lose interest. So you don't want to be too nice. Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle, knowing when and where and how to do it, and the timing of how to do it. And it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of practice. But once you master it down, boom. The thing is you can't. Here's something that I've noticed. Now, if this is done right, if you put a woman in their place in a good way, but in a charming way, but in a dominant way that's just right. The cards and the dominoes are flipped just right. They will submit to you, and they'll like you even more. They're like, oh shit, like this guy just put me in my place. And women, from what I found, like that. Now, you don't want to go over the top with it. You don't want to go over the top with anything. So the key is you want to do it just right. And the key is, at least from what I've noticed, is that works on all different females. I've just noticed that women, like to be like 50 Shades of Grey dominated type shit. Whereas older women like the same thing, but they like a more charming gentleman, a charming young buck, or a charming young man. If you're someone like me or someone my age that is watching this. So I say all of the number one to at least help all of you guys that are watching this. Number two is because this is the alpha male. This is the dude that's just the fucking shit. He's got his shit together. He makes money. He's mysterious. He drives a nice car. He ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Comfortable in his own skin, doesn't got nothing to prove to nobody. As a sexy young gentleman who knows his shit, who, has a yin and yang, so he knows that he has to be that warrior that's in the garden, but at the same time, like, he has that monster, but he can control that monster, kind of what Jordan Peterson talks about. But it's just like a dominant, sexy man. That is what this is. That's what this is. And now here's the thing. Now here's where this kind of goes hand in hand. Here's another thing that I've noticed. If you are going to be vulnerable, this is, for the men out there, some that I've noticed, and this is something that I've seen. If you're going to be vulnerable, okay, you got to do it in a good way, in a masculine way, not too much. You still want to be that alpha male. You still want to be in charge of that, but you got to do it in a masculine way to where it becomes more attractive to the female. Now, why do I bring that point up? Because it almost brings like a sweetness. Like, there is a sweet side, but it's not too much. Again, it's got that right balance. This scent has that right balance, and that scent conveys that right balance that you have to have, number one, for yourself, number two, for women. So I think this scent is a great teacher. Now, here are some of the notes that are in this fragrance, okay? So obviously, from the name, Ombré leather, take a wild fucking guess on what fucking note is in this fucking thing. It's, of course, leather. Yeah. Leather is obviously going to be the main note in this. However, there are also other notes that I personally, I would have never have ever have guessed. But it's one of those things, like, when it's revealed to you, you're like, oh, okay, like, that makes sense. And I'd really spray it. Now, I already sprayed this earlier. So here's at least what I get. Believe it or not, with the leather that's automatically included in here, I smell moss a lot. So this is at least what I smell in my skin. So I get the leather, and then I get the moss, which complements the leather perfectly. Then I get cardamom, and then you have on kind of like the right side a little bit of patchouli in here. Now, I believe it's a lily. There's some kind of floral that is in here. If it is so tiny that you can barely smell it. I believe it's lily. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 1,000%. Now, there is also amber that's also in here, and the patchouli and the moss, at least from what I get, it's a fresher, smoother, younger, but more masculine version. And this also smells like a leather fucking jacket. It smells like a leather jacket that, like, you just got back from the woods or something. Like, you just got back from a masculine man getting back from meditating, and but it has just like a swagger to him, and just has like a unique, just dominant swagger, but like is cool, is charismatic, that can play it just fucking right. I mean, Aaron Terrence Hughes, I think he said this is a masterpiece, which, I mean, I have no complaints about it. Projection-wise, get a lot of compliments. Projection-wise, it's going to project a lot. I myself have gotten a lot of compliments with this. It's one of those ones too. Here's at least what I've noticed is I go colorblind to the, or did I say colorblind? Which I am colorblind, fun fact, with green and red. I go nose blind with it. So I go nose blind with this scent. Because it'll be like 8 or 10 hours later, I'll be like, hey, you smell good. I'm like, are you talking to me? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, word. I didn't even know this was even still on here. They're like, yeah, like you smell really, really good. I'm like, thank you. Yeah. And I would probably say for a polarizing scent, this is probably one of the most complimented fragrances ever. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of compliments with this thing, even though it's very polarizing. So it's really polarizing, but it's really good, and it's a charming alpha male that you cannot help but to like. And that's what it is. I mean, this is a smooth, dominant playboy that's just fucking sexy. That's just what it is. And wears all black like this. It's got swagger. I mean, that's also why I'm wearing this too, is because I'm like, this would represent this fragrance perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. So, and this also, it has it to where even if, like someone who's like 16 could wear this. It has that weird balance of like, yes, it's really mature, but someone who's really young could also pull this off as well. So, yeah, this is an OG fragrance. I would say definitely wear this in the winter time. And longevity wise, you're gonna get about 8 to 12 hours. So that is the end of this review. That is the end to this video. Now, oh man, that washer is starting to go off. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't put a load in there and then start a video. Now, there's a video that I posted from the Fireball Challenge. So there's going to be a video that I'm going to be posting tonight. It's the Azara Wanted by Night or the Dylan Blue video. I was pretty drunk when I made it. I'm going to post it. Screw it. Why not? So just a heads up. Also, today is my birthday. Yes. Happy birthday to me. Yes. And fun fact, I'm going to be moving out on January 30th, and it's expensive as hell here, and I could really use some financial help. So if not, it is all good. I completely understand. But if you guys do, I cannot be more thankful for you guys. And I mean, like, seriously, anything helps. You know, I made the joke last video. I'm like, I sound like a homeless person that's holding up the cardboard sign. But seriously, anything helps. And just thank you guys for all the love and support. My Cash App is MoneyScore Edwin Catmull. I'll put it in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and be ready for more. Have a good night. Peace.